name's Paul, and I'm from the East End of London. When I was a young man, when I was at school, my life was great. I was good at football. I was good at my lessons. I liked school. My family were good. Everything was fine. The area that I lived in was very tough, a little bit like Manchester, and my life was going well. But there was one thing that I didn't understand. I didn't understand what life was really all about. I didn't really know what I was going to be doing when I grew up. I didn't know what the meaning of life was. I didn't know where I was going. It all started to get a little bit confusing. At the age of 14 years old, I had dreams, but I also had to make decisions. And that's where things started getting tricky. At 14, I was very big for my age, as you can see. I'm quite a big guy. I was big then, and back in the 80s, it was a little bit different. And me and my friends, we started going to parties. Do any of you like to party? Well, we would go to parties, and people there would start to drink, and they would bring beer, and they would bring wine, and they would bring stuff. And we started to get involved in that. Then we started to go to pubs. Then everything started to go wrong. The decisions that I was making were the wrong decisions. When I was 15 years old, I got involved with gangs. And there were many gangs where I come from in the East End of London. But we weren't just fighting and, doing, just running around. People were getting stabbed. People were getting slashed. Then people started carrying guns. We started getting involved in taking drugs. All of the parties that we used to go to, people used to start to bring weed and cannabis and amphetamines, and we started to take them because we didn't really understand what life was all about. At the age of 15, I started to sell cannabis, and our gang started to sell cannabis, then amphetamines. Then we started to sell ecstasy. We started to travel around, and we were getting involved in crime and violence. At the age of 17, we were robbing security vans. We were robbing drug dealers, and I was taking cocaine. I took so much cocaine. I sold so much cocaine that we had the best cars. We went into the best clubs. We did the best stuff. But it started messing with my brain. I was making the wrong decisions. I didn't understand what life was really all about. Then one day someone told me, they said, if you don't slow down, then you're going to lose your mind. He said, try this. And it was a little bit of brown powder. And I said, what's that? He said, it's heroin, smack. He said, try that. I said, never. He said, try it. So I did. It was called chasing the dragon. And I chased the dragon. And I chased the dragon. And then it was all right for a few months. But then one day, the dragon stopped, and he turned around, and he started to chase me. At the age of 17, I had a great car, loads of money, could go anywhere in London. And all of a sudden, I was a drug addict. I started to go downhill. I thought I was going up. I thought I was getting more money. I thought people were scared of us. I thought we had a reputation. But my life was being lost. All of my dreams from when I was a kid, all my dreams from when I was a young man started to just fly away. I wanted to be a sportsman. I wanted to be this. I wanted to be that. But instead, listen to me, instead, I became a professional criminal and a drug addict. It went from chasing the dragon to injecting heroin. For 10 years, I was injecting heroin. It got to a point when I was 27 years old that a drug dealer threatened my life. And I went to see a friend of mine because I was going to kill him. And my friend would have helped me. He would have helped me to see this man come to his death. But when I got round to his house, my friend looked different. I said, what's the matter with you? There's something different about you. I told him what I wanted him to do. And he said, listen, brother. He said, I can't do that no more. I said, why? He said, because I've become a Christian. This was a big, crazy, strong man, covered in tattoos. But he'd become a Christian. And I started to mock him. Where's your sandals? What's the matter with you? Are you going to bake me a cake? You become a Christian, you nutter. And he said, listen, brother. He said, the way you're going, he said, you're soon going to be dead. He said, but, he said, I know the way of life. I know what life means. I know what it's about. He started to tell me about this incredible man called Jesus Christ. He started to tell me that I was going wrong, but Jesus Christ had the way out for me. He started to tell me that I was going to die, and that if I died without Jesus, there was nothing good that was going to happen. He started to tell me about all my friends that had died, everyone that was in prison, and he said, there's no way out. You can't do it yourself. He said, but Jesus Christ is who he says he is. He did what he said he was going to do, and he did it for you, and he can change your life. On a Wednesday night in July 1995, outside my friend's gym in the East End of London, I sat in my car and I prayed a prayer. I was a drug addict. I had long hair. We ran rave parties in Tenerife and Ibiza and in London and in Essex. We carried guns and knives and drove the best cars. But here I was as a drug addict with no hope. But all of a sudden, this man, Jesus Christ, had entered my life. I prayed to him that night. I said, God, if you're real, then change my life. If you will break my addiction and if you will change me and set me free, I will serve you forever. That was in 1995. That night, I knew that my life had changed. I knew that my life was different. Before long, my addiction was broken. I started to go to church. I started to read the Bible. I started to pray. And then all of my dreams that had gone started to come back. Now, 21 years later, I've traveled the world. I go to different countries. I travel to the Far East, to the Middle East, to North and South America. I talk to judges, politicians, doctors, lawyers. Now, I'm a husband of a beautiful wife. I'm a father of 2 beautiful children. And I'm a pastor of an incredible church in Salford called Victory Outreach. And in that church, we have 28 nationalities. We have people that come from addiction. We have people that have been in prison. But we also have doctors and lawyers. And we have business owners and family members and young people. And it is all because of this man, Jesus Christ. Listen, tonight, you might have come here and you don't know why. Someone might have brought you. You might have heard the songs. You might even be staff. You don't know the meaning of life. You might think you do. You might have dreams, but there are decisions to make. And if you don't know the truth, if you don't know about this man, Jesus Christ, then tonight, listen to me. You're going to get an opportunity to come to know him for yourself. He's good. He loves you. He can do what no one else can do. He'll never let you go. He'll never let you down. He'll never let you go. He loves you so much. Jesus Christ is amazing.